All right, everyone. Well, again, welcome. Thanks for taking a few moments out of your busy schedules to sit down with us and learn about Wi-Fi Connect, what it does, how it does, all those fun things. Just a little bit of shop talk, real quick, and admin stuff here. If you are in a busy place, if you are not in a quiet environment, and even if you are, please mute your phones for best quality recording so that everybody gets the best out of this. At the end of this presentation, we'll be stopping the recording and then answering your questions. So please, throughout this demonstration, please make sure that you are muted. Please make sure that you are in a quiet place. You're taking great notes. Feel free to ask questions at the end of this webinar when instructed. Again, at the end of this webinar, we will be taking your questions. This call is being recorded. The demonstration is being recorded for your use, and I hope you're going to get a lot of information out of this. This call is meant to go and help you sell Wi-Fi Connect. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and without further ado, I want you to go ahead and just feel free to follow us out here. We're going to be talking about our Wi-Fi Connect product. And what I want to talk to you first about is everyone's talking about the importance of free Wi-Fi inside of a business. If you don't know why it's important, there are a couple links at the bottom of this page that you'll be able to click on through a presentation that we'll email out to everybody, and basically it's going to help you understand the value and benefit of offering Wi-Fi inside of your business. First off, these three companies are notable companies that have great accolades in the business world, and you can easily trust their opinions. And Business Insider says offering free Wi-Fi can boost profits. And just a little bit of a background to that, it's absolutely true. The more that a person sits down in a location where they're serving food, where they're doing repairs on your vehicle, where they're coloring your hair at a salon, where you're getting a spa treatment, the more time you spend there and the more likely it is that you will spend money. I hope you all agree on that, and Business Insider will give you an in-depth view on that. The Small Business Trends magazine says that they did a study that said when you offer Wi-Fi that you do in fact gain benefit, not only in a monetary sense, but in an appeals sense, which basically means you're appealing to people that are buying from you, their friends or families and coworkers, simply because you have more value to your business. Okay. And Forbes magazine, they've also said that it impacts the customer's satisfaction. So while you're there, imagine eating and all of a sudden you're like, oh man, I wonder what the score is on that Flyers or Avalanche game or Kings or whatever you're watching, and you want to go and get that score, but you can't because there's no Wi-Fi there and you get a horrible cellular connection. So this is how it impacts the customer satisfaction. And again, these three business models from Business Insider to Small Business Trends and Forbes, these are definitely people that you could trust that they're going to give you the skinny on, what's what and not being biased about it. Okay, so why does Wi-Fi matter for a local business? This is important for you to know because if you know the background to it, it's very easy for you to talk to the solution set itself. So first, it's already being used. 3 out of 4 smartphone users connect to a Wi-Fi on their device. That means right now there's at least 10 of us on this call right now. That means out of the 10 people, at least 75% of us are going to connect to a Wi-Fi or more. Okay, so just keep that in mind. The customers crave Wi-Fi. Why do they crave Wi-Fi? Well, I'll tell you what. If you have a mobile phone and you have 3G, 4G, maybe even 5G service, what happens is you're in a restaurant, you're in a spa, you're in a automotive center, and there's a lot of metal, there's microwave, there's refrigeration, there's all kinds of different things going on there that deflect the signal. Wi-Fi is offered because first off, it's faster. It just is. It's a faster utility. It's more consistent and it's accessible. Okay, so that's why people crave it because they know that it's going to be faster. They know that it's going to be more prevalent and readily available for them. And you'll see a lot of this stuff through restaurants, spas, retailers. TJ Maxx, for instance, now boasts that they have Wi-Fi. Macy's boasts that they have Wi-Fi. So when you think about like retailing, it's also prevalent there too, right? People also make buying decisions based on whether or not a business has Wi-Fi. I just give you an example a few moments ago that I'm sitting down at a restaurant, I can't access my 3G or 4G network. Now all of a sudden oh man, I can't watch it. So it kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth. Like, well, next time I want to go out to, eat dinner, I want to go to a place where they offer free Wi-Fi. You can see how that works for you. In a spa, while you're waiting for your treatment, you might want to bounce around and look at whatever magazine it is online, and you can't do that very easily with 4G connection. The other thing that I want you to know is it certainly does increase spending behavior. Okay, so when you're on Wi-Fi, smart retailers will bring you to specific locations on the web to go and entice your buying behavior. So you could definitely see how that goes and benefits the retailer restaurateur, for instance. If I have Wi-Fi, maybe I bring you to my Facebook page and allow you to like what I'm doing. And more importantly, now I'm starting to shift your buying behaviors. Okay. So when businesses offer free Wi-Fi, there's a couple problems that they're going to incur. The first one is it's always locked by a password. And they do that because they don't just want anyone and everyone using the internet, right? You've seen it. And sometimes they don't even want to give out the password, right? And to go and let people remember or jump on the internet, everybody else has to remember what the password is. They write it down somehow or another, it gets thrown away or it can't be found. And so now all of a sudden you have this confusing sign on process. And it's difficult because the consumer is the one that's at risk. Yeah, we have Wi Fi, but I don't know what the password is. That's not a really good, pleasing way to go and entice your customer to stay here, stay put, and keep on eating. Oh, and by the way, come back. Okay. The other thing is it's unprotected. If you know anything about business today out there, one thing that's really important today is security in data. And so that means if it's unprotected, what happens to the business, all of a sudden they're vulnerable and they're at risk. So they want to make sure that it's locked down and only the right people are getting their password and only the right people are getting on the internet because God forbid it's interfere with other business practices. And then lastly, it really doesn't add value to the business past the point of acceptability and preference. In other words, once you get online, there's no value to the business. You're done, right? And so today I wanted to give you that little bit of background so that you can kind of understand, why Wi-Fi is important to businesses, why they use Wi-Fi, what the trouble spots are with using Wi-Fi. So you can use our Wi-Fi marketing solutions, Wi-Fi Connect, so that you can position it better. Okay, so local businesses and franchises that use Wi-Fi, so that while you're out and about, some of us are selling a complete package for the Birthdays for Business platform with the Birthdays marketing suite. Some of us are selling just the Fan Connect solution. So keep in mind that any business that's out there that's a franchise or a local business can use the Wi-Fi marketing solution. That would be restaurants, cafes, retailers, salons, spas, auto dealers, repair shops, dentists, laundromats. If you think for a second, this, no matter what product line or products that you're selling, has a lot to do with who your next potential buyer is. So these are businesses that use Wi-Fi in their business. Okay. The opportunity for you, you should know there's well over 2 million businesses that use Wi-Fi. Okay. The majority, as you can see in this picture, is simply most of it's eateries, right? And then the waiting rooms or salons come right in between that or right after that so that if I'm out there and I'm trying to sell this solution, who should I be targeting? This is a great pictogram for you to really understand, who should I be targeting? Okay. It's about a customer list now. Okay. That's what this is all about. Wi-Fi marketing is all about being able to help your business create a customer list on the fly, right? So it's really easy for you to do those things if you're allowing a customer to hop on the internet by giving you content about themselves or about their usage so that you could do this. And every business that's out there, when they talk to small business, American Express is a big advocate for small business. The National Restaurant Association, big advocate for restauranting. Entrepreneur Magazine and Entrepreneur Group is real big advocates toward retailers, and all of them say that a customer list drives business, right? And it also says something to the effect that 7 out of 10 new customers simply will not return without a follow-up offer. Okay, so if I'm driving new business to there, using a birthday marketing solution, you may be faced with, does it really bring them back as quickly as you want? You may see that 9 out of 10 customers say that they're persuaded to do business elsewhere, which is absolutely true, depending on an offer. So this is why Wi-Fi marketing becomes so important to you. Now we're going to switch gears and we're going to start talking about the Wi-Fi solution itself. So I hope that what I've given you is a little bit of business background so that you can go ahead and understand a little bit of preface to what we're talking about, why businesses use Wi-Fi, how they use Wi-Fi, who uses Wi-Fi, and then we're going to talk about Wi-Fi marketing. So if a business already has Wi-Fi, why do they need Wi-Fi marketing, right? Because every business that has free Wi-Fi is not collecting a customer's email address, Facebook information, or mobile number when they access the internet. That's where we come in. So what we do is we turn free Wi-Fi or wireless internet into a marketing machine that generates revenue. Big difference. So remember that slide a few moments ago? We talked about the added value to the business. Now when somebody's using the internet, all of a sudden they get added value. Okay, so when you put in place the Wi-Fi Connect router, which is a must-have, they have to have the Wi-Fi Connect router. It comes with their solution set when you're paying to set up, and it's theirs to keep. That is going to help them drive the sign up, increase revenue for their business, repeatable business. I'm going to show you how that does that in a few seconds, how it acquires fans and creates a fan base and followers, and simply how you gain email signups. So, if I'm already using email marketing, which, you should be surprised, a lot of businesses out there do that. About 22% of them do today, which still is not nearly good enough. That's not even 1/3 of the general retail population, but still, if they use it, you'll see in a moment how this is a lifesaver for them, because one of the hardest things that you could do in a business is collect email addresses. And we're going to talk about that in a second, how it really helps you. So the value proposition that you're going to experience here, first things first, is it's going to build your list 5 times faster. So imagine you're sitting there and how do people build a list today for email addresses? They might have a book, they might have a comment card, they might have a website, they might have their Facebook where they're saying, hey, put in your email address. All those things are great except for one small thing. Somebody has to download that, transcribe it. Some of the people's handwriting looks like hieroglyphics and it's hard to decipher what it really is saying there. And so somebody's going to have to put all that into a database. Automatic marketing to Wi-Fi users and mobile customers is another value proposition here. So we just talked about you having to grab all that information, you put it into a database. Now somebody has to create a message, and they have to know when to and how to send it. Okay, it's the easiest way to communicate any kind of message or offer to a customer. Why? Because you set it and forget it. It's very simple. When that user comes in and says, hey, I want to use the internet, and they log on, which you'll see in a few moments, they're basically going through this process. They give you that email, they give you the Facebook, they give you a phone number, and instantly, depending on what you have the system do, it can trigger automated marketing. The other thing is it's a word of mouth builder for referrals and other customers. Think of it this way. You go into a business, you go and dine, you go and get your spa treatment, whatever it is, you leave. If you're doing this right with the automation tools, an hour later, all of a sudden your phone gets pinged that says, hey, thanks for coming to XYZ company. We hope to see you again. By the way, how'd we do? That creates talking points when you're around other people. Okay. Here's the biggest benefit. When you use something like this, there's no apps to download. All of us are app crazy when you think about Android or iPhone or Windows Phone or BlackBerry, even if that's still a system out there. But when we think about it, these are like native things that you have to download. Not in this particular case. There's no download necessary, which is a godsend to the end user, being the merchant. And the reason for that is because they don't have to tell people how to do it, and they don't have to wait for somebody to do it. So that's some value propositions for you. Okay, so you're probably wondering now, you got a lot of background, got a lot of ideas swirling around in your head, and you probably want to know, how does it work?